Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live watch along of the Sale Sharks versus the London Irish in the Gallagher Premiership. Thank you very much for joining. I'm Jamie Davies, and of course in just about 3 minutes time we will have the 3 o'clock kickoff between the Sharks and the London Irish, and this is the day after what was quite an incredible Six Nations game between France and Wales, in which France won it on the last minute, not just before the 80th minute, but it was in the 82nd minute. I'm still recovering from that. I'm sure there's many bad heads this morning in France and very well sad faces in Wales today. I should probably know, I live near the border of Wales, but since we're in lockdown, you can't see anyone. So we're just getting ready for the kickoff. The staff are out in the stands for both teams. The director of Rugby for Sale Sharks is watching on. It looks as though he's sipping on a cup of coffee. I don't know. I don't think that'll keep him. I'm sure it'll keep him awake. But of course, this is a big game for Sale Sharks up against the London Irish. It's a big one. If you actually look at the table, there's only one place that separates them. I believe it's Sale Sharks that are 4th, and London Irish that are 6th. So the players are about to come out. Annoyingly, though, I'm going to have to try and find another stream because my stream I'm relying on just keeps freezing, so it's not looking good for me. Wouldn't be good if I'm trying to get a stream going. Just try and find. Well, the players are out on the pitch. That's what the stream is showing me right now, anyway. Come on. Just keeps disconnecting, which is very annoying. Do get in touch. The game has got underway. And I'll start the clock. There we go. So Sale Sharks with the kick. Of course, an empty AJ Bell Stadium today. That's where the Sale Sharks play. Sadly, no one watching in the stadiums. Of course, if you're unaware, in the UK, we still have our sporting events taking place behind closed doors. Sorry, the stream I'm using at the moment is terrible. So slow. Come on. I think it's going to be a line out for Sale Sharks. And the line-out's good for the Sharks. It's always funny when you see their shirts pulled, because some of them end up pulling their shirt for too much, and yet the referee still lets the play continue. Oh, it's going to go out. No, he's kept it in. Well done. He's got out of the crowd there. Just a couple of yards from the try line. They're storming right in. Sale Sharks trying to go for an early try. 2 minutes gone, and they're playing the advantage. And just as I say that, my stream is frozen again. Oh, that's a good throw if he makes it. Yes, he does. He gets on the right-hand flank. I think Hammersley's got it. Priest. Of course, there's two players of Priest. There's Robert Dupriest and then there's Jean-Luc Dupriest, who are brothers. Oh, de Klerk. Of course, de Klerk. Oh, they've won themselves. They're going to restart here. Of course, de Klerk won the Rugby World Cup with South Africa. No, definitely a player that's known for getting under someone's skin. He's good at getting under opponent's skin. He did that against the Welsh, remember, in the semi-finals of that Rugby World Cup, especially with Alan Wynne-Jones. Alan Wynne-Jones is massive and so much taller than de Klerk, but de Klerk just didn't care. He was happy to take a few bullets and take a few pushes just to frustrate the Welsh, and it worked. It got them into the final, and then they would go on to win. Proper rugby play, de Klerk, for me. Here come Sharks. And here he is now, de Klerk going for a try. Oh, the ball's dropped on the try line. Oh, and they don't get the touch. Nearly had the first try there just before we reached 4 minutes. London Irish. Hopefully for them that's a wake-up call. De Klerk. Ah, it's a forward pass. De Klerk fouled down with the ball, but before he went down on the ground, he made the pass across. And oh dear. It was a forward pass to me, from what I'm seeing in the replay. And it looked as though it was, I think Aaron Reid tried to get the touch on the field. They're still showing the replay. It looked like a forward pass to me. I don't know if they need to check this many times. But it was funny seeing the referee in that crowd of players looking in like that, trying to see if he can see the forward pass. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, there's that, and he also dropped the ball. So of course, this was just before the try zone. Well, we got the touch. Oh, actually, he did get the touch. Reid did touch the ball on the ground. I forgot to pause my clock, so it's not 6 minutes. It is, in fact. While he's is it? It's already a sin bin for Theo Brophy-Clues. Sin bin for him. He's gone off. So it's paused at 4:22. And the kick's been made. And there'll be a line out for Sale Sharks. If you are watching, do get in touch on our live chat page. Do subscribe to the channel. Oh, and I think Sharks have... No, they haven't. I thought for a moment they got the try, but they've been blocked. De Klerk will pick up the ball. It's back with De Klerk. Oh, good run this. Surely that's a try. Yep, there's a try there for Sale Sharks. And it's Simon Hammersley who gets the first try of the day. The number 15 man, and that makes it 5-0. First try of the day, and it's gone to Sale Sharks. Good start for Sale Sharks. Hammersley with the try, and the conversions all good. So 7-0, 5 minutes gone. Of course, let's not forget there is a sin bin for London Irish, so there's 8 minutes left for Crows to come back on. Oh, and Sale Sharks have got it back. No, ball taken. Sale Sharks have won the ball back there. Gregor Gowray saying the 10 for London Irish is actually an ex-Ulster number 10. I did not know that. I did not know that, Gregor. Hope you're well, Gregor. Of course, I remember Gregor watching the rugby with me last night on the live stream of France versus Wales, in which was, in my eyes, the best Six Nations match I've ever seen. I'm sure some hardcore rugby fans would disagree and come up with another one. If so, do tell me. It's a scrum at the moment. Kick's been made, it's had to go out for a line out for London Irish. 5 minutes left of the sin bin. So yeah, Gregor Gowray there saying the 10 for London Irish is actually and ex-Ulster number 10. So do get in touch on the live chat page. I've tried out a new feature, as you can see just below Gregor's comment. We do like to show, I thought I'd give it a go. It's a new feature, which is basically on our streaming service that you can share some of the comments from the live chat page. If you've just joined us, 10 minutes in, it's Sale Sharks 7, London Irish 0. Hammersley with the first try of the day. And at this moment in time, London Irish have got a penalty. Should get it from here, really, for London Irish. Paddy Jackson is taking this one. It's his first kick of the match, and he'd like to get off to a good start. And so Paddy Jackson just hoping to get some points on the board for the London Irish. He has a go, and I think it's good. It's a bit annoying because the camera angle wasn't behind him for the kick, so you don't know really. You can't just judge it from the angle that they give you, which is the normal match camera. But I'd imagine, because this is on BT Sport Extra that I'm watching on, which is a extra channel, it's they probably don't have the camera crew to do that. So 7-3. I nearly put 7-5 then, that would have been the same as a try. Declan Kidney watching on. He is the director of rugby for London Irish. There's a scrum here for Sale Sharks. It's on the left side, which just a few yards away from the target, and it's funny because they were pretty much there, not at the start of the game. They love going down that area. Do get in touch in the live chat page. Let us know your thoughts on the match or anything else rugby related or any other sport. Happy to talk about any sport during the stream. As of course, this channel is called Let's Talk Sport. Here they come, Sale Sharks with the scrum, and they've done well in the scrum. They've pushed it forward towards their target. De Klerk's been able to get it out. He's done well there, and there's a kick across the field. If he gets it, it's a fantastic kick, and has he got the try in time? I think he has. Oh, it's a great kick. Mcgugan with the try. I'm not sure who got the kick. I think it's was it Duperez? Well, it's Mcgugan who scored. It's his 31st try in 79 Premiership matches. And they lead 12-3. They're checking the replay. Did he get his hands on the ball when the ball had landed? I don't know if that's a try, you know. I'll keep the scoreline up for now, but I have a feeling they might not give this. No try, so I'll change it back. He did well though, Mcgugan, to act like he did get the try. I think he knew deep down he didn't. So it stays at 7-3. And instead Sale Sharks will have a line out. Meanwhile in the football, Chelsea are 1-0 up against Sheffield United, and it's about to finish there because there was Norwood for Sheffield United that got the own goal, and London Irish have intercepted from this line out. Not great from the Sharks. Sale Sharks trying again to expand that lead, which they thought their second try was going to get given, but the replay was that obvious. It's a good thing they checked it. But of course, for TMO and rugby, they check every try, even if it is obvious. De Klerk. I'd love to. The one thing I've always been meaning to try out is to find out just how much food rugby players eat. They eat a lot of food, especially egg. And it's ended 2-0 at the end for London Irish with the line out. Conrad Anderson, how are you? He says, he says you're watching the wrong code, Jamie. I'm always watching the wrong thing, aren't I? How are you, Conrad? Hope you're well. Conrad, if people didn't know on this, who are watching the stream, Conrad is a big rugby fan, especially rugby league. He has commentated for the BBC and for the North Wales Crusaders, which are based in Wrexham. Of course, it is around this time in the year that the Rugby League starts off again in the UK. Steve Maffey is on. Some of these rugby players I just wouldn't want to mess with. They're just born warriors. Scrum here for Sale Sharks. London Irish haven't really been able to have much moments in Sharks half at the moment. Instead, they've just made a big kick into the Sharks half. It's with Sam James. He's going to kick it back to his opponent. Gotta love a kicking game. It's now with Hammersley. He's the one who got the first try today. Oh, de Klerk just didn't get to the end of Hammersley's kick. He was close. London Irish have it in possession. If you're still there, Conrad, I know you prefer Rugby League more than Rugby Union. What is it that attracts you more to Rugby League than Rugby Union? Because I think I remember we had this conversation. I remember telling you that if I had to pick, it would be Rugby Union, but I don't mind Rugby League as well. De Klerk's just done a great kick there to win a line out deep into London Irish's territory. Still 7-3. 20 minutes gone. And there's a try for the Sharks. And will it count this time? I'm sure it will. Lou Diaga with the goal. I'm so used to saying goal when I should be saying try. I watch too much football. Yeah, he's got that. That's no problem. That'll definitely count. So that means it is 12-3 to the Sharks. No, they're checking the review for the block on the kick. Now, did he get it down with his hands? Yep, no problem. I think from the camera angle they've been given there, I'll be surprised if he's not given that. Conrad Anderson saying, I'll join you if you decide to do a Rugby League watch along. Always welcome, Conrad. If anything, you should probably lead it. No, you should lead it. You'll have to I'll be more than welcome to show you how all the streaming software works. Oh, it's not been given. Oh, put the scoreline back. So that's twice Sale Sharks have had 2 tries not given. The first one was totally understandable. Second one, though, I thought it was okay. Instead, it's going to be a scrum. The only thing that's hard about doing watch-alongs without the commentary is that you don't know what's going on. When you haven't got the commentary from the game, so you don't know what is properly happening. So here's the scrum. So line out for Sale Sharks, still 7-3. I've still got it on 2 tries as well. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We do a lot of watch-alongs, a lot of live watch-alongs, especially football, a bit of rugby. We're hoping we're doing F1 for the first time next Sunday for the opening race of the new season, the Bahrain Grand Prix. That's next Sunday. It starts at 4 PM UK time. And of course, there's international break this week, so that means we'll be doing a few international games. So do join us. Of course, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll know exactly when these events will happen. Of course, actually, the next event we're doing is tonight, and it'll be Seb True, my good friend, who will be doing the watch-along, and that is for PSG versus Lyon in Ligue 1, which, of course, is probably the biggest rivalry in French football these days. PSG, normally the winners of the league, but Lyon and Marseille certainly enjoy giving them a challenge anyway. Oh, and Conrad Anderson's got back in touch and says, Rugby League is definitely different to the Union. I wouldn't say attritional, faster with a greater ball in playtime maybe. 60 minutes league v 30 minutes Union. Always, I'll say this now about Conrad. He's always a good man to chat to. Always enjoy the conversations. I think we both, politically, I think me and Conrad always agree with each other as well. Conrad's rare. He agrees with what I would say, and I agree with what he would say. Of course, do get in touch. Be like Conrad and get in touch in the live chat page. Keep me company. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're currently at 485 subscribers. Our aim is to get to 500. Anyway, Sale Sharks have had a line out. I forgot to start the clock again. It's on 24:14. So yeah, Chelsea winning 2-0 at the end against Sheffield United. Ziyech getting a goal on the 92nd minute to pretty much seal the deal. So that's, I think Sheffield United season's pretty much done and dusted now. No more cups for them, and looking like they're going to go down to the Championship for next season. Of course, no Chris Wilder anymore, which is a real shame, but I think it was coming, wasn't it? I think we all knew he was going to go. I was a bit surprised. I thought they would have let him go a lot early on in the season, and maybe they were going to keep him to help get them up next season, but that is the case. So Robert Duprice, he's got one kick from one so far today. He's been 100% so far, and he's got himself a penalty here. He's taken quite a lot of steps back for this one. You can never beat the concentration that they have when they make these kicks. It's a long way out. Can he reach it? Has he made it? Nope, I don't think he has. It was, as I said, very far out. I wonder what the conditions were like out there for that kick. I mean, the wind might have helped it as well. But no, it didn't find it in between the two sticks. Conrad saying last night's Rugby Union game was great, which I'm sure he's on about the France-Wales match. We had that on our YouTube channel last night and it was fantastic to watch. He says it was played at a good pace and both teams were going for it. Absolutely. I mean, it was literally within 5 minutes, wasn't it? Like, you just knew you had yourself a great game to watch, and both teams really did go at it. And you'd love to see it in every match, in any sport. You just want to see both teams go for it, and isn't that the point? You know, you're training all week for these big days to put in your 110%. That's what you hope from the teams that you support. But even as a neutral, you want to see that. But last night was a fantastic example of how good the Six Nations is on the rugby calendar, and why it is probably the greatest championship in the sport, because the rivalries are just like no other. And of course, it's not over yet, the Six Nations. There's still one more game to be played between France and Scotland, and if France, I believe they need to win by more than 20 points against Scotland, and if they do, they will win the Six Nations. And I think it'll be their first Six Nations title in over a decade. I mean, when I was growing up in the 2000s, France were a very good team. And I think, you know, in 2011 they got to the Rugby World Cup final. They lost to the New Zealand at the end. New Zealand were the host, but it was such a low scoring affair. I think it was like 8-7. You know, really low scoring in a final. But New Zealand won it, which, you know, is no shame for France. To go up against the All Blacks is difficult in any occasion, but especially the Rugby World Cup final when you're playing on New Zealand's territory. But yeah, completely agree with you there, Conrad. The game was fantastic. Anyone that isn't into Rugby Union or is trying to get into it, that was the match to watch last night. Of course, Ireland beat England. Big win for Ireland. Oh, here come the Sharks. Oh, good tackle. There was a big run there by Mcgugan. Mcgugan did score the second try for Sale Sharks until it was disallowed. So if you've just joined us, Sale Sharks have had 2 tries disallowed. So they've had 3 tries in total, but only 1 given. And that's the difference between the two sides. Sale Sharks much more the better team, having the ball a lot longer than London Irish. London Irish, even though they're only 2 places below the Sharks, they're struggling just to get out of their own half. And I think this is a game where, even though they're playing at Sale Sharks' ground, with or without the fans, Sale Sharks are up for this. Nearly half an hour gone. And Rob Simmons, I think he's wearing the padding around his head, but it's got a bit of fluorescent green in it. It's quite nice. Conrad Anderson says the Wilder issue, I think, was a disagreement behind closed doors. In my opinion, you would at least see the season through. What do you mean by wild issue? Are you on about the Scotland-France game happening this Friday? And Conrad also says, I think the officials were excellent, and I think football needs to sit and watch and use the similar protocols with VAR. I think if VAR is going to stay, they need to nail it, don't they? You need to have a group of officials that are confident in using the system, and sadly, because of that, I think us fans, managers and players have lost faith in the system. And I think if that is going to carry on, you may as well get rid of VAR. I don't like VAR anyway. I like the human error in football from the referees. You're not going to get everything right. And I know many points. Well, the Ediger has got his third try in 11 Premiership matches. He's just got Sharks' second try. It's now 12-3. He did score before, but it was not given. He's hoping that this time he's got it. He looks tired already. It's only been 31 minutes on the clock. He picked up the ball, stormed right through the London Irish defence, and with his right arm he was able to pin down the ball. Nicely done. I'm sure that one will be given. I said that about the last one, it wasn't. But at the moment, it's 12-3 to the Sharks. And it really is just all Sharks at the moment. London Irish, of course, getting points on the board from a penalty. Here is Robert Duprice. He will take the penalty. He missed before. It was a bit further out, though. This time he's a little bit closer, but still won't be easy. Has he got it? No, he's hit the post. Oh, no. So that's 2 penalties he's missed. Well, sorry, 1 conversion and 1 penalty that he's missed, and it remains 12-3 to the Sharks. But at the moment, if the Sharks carry on playing like this, they may not have to worry so much about the points from Duprice. Conrad has just said Sheffield United. Is that what you mean? I didn't see the Sheffield United game, so I'm not. All I know is that they lost, so they're out of the FA Cup. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll ask Conrad, have you subscribed to Let's Talk Sport yet? If you haven't, mate, do subscribe. We're at 485. Would love to get to 500 in the next few streams, and then fight for 1,000 subscribers. Conrad Anderson and I actually used to help out at a community radio station called Callan FM in Wrexham, and I think we found Conrad has been working very hard recently to help get Callan FM back because of the license being taken away from them. But I think I noticed yesterday the news has come out that I think they've been granted the license again. I mean, up to you, Conrad, if you want to share it on here, but feel free to share the story of what's happened so far. The good news did come out yesterday afternoon from our mutual friend Amy Hughes. To line out for Sale Sharks, 6 minutes to go. course, Man United play Leicester City in the FA Cup next. That's a good kick from de Klerk. No. Yes. Oh, he's got it. It's a try. Who got that? I think it's... Is it Mcgugan? Yeah, Mcgugan. He's got a try this time. His one earlier was not given, and he's finally got one this time. 17-3. It's all one-sided this first half. It's one of those kicks from de Klerk where, again, you don't know where that egg ball is going. Simple conversion to be dealt with there for Dupreece, and that means it'll be 19-3. And that's 3 tries for Sharks in the first half. Kick's been made by the Irish. Conrad saying he has subscribed. Thanks, Conrad. Appreciate that. I wasn't sure if you had, you see. They changed the scoreline on them. 4 minutes to go. It's all one-sided so far. It's going in one direction, this match between the Sharks and the Irish. In a way, this match kind of feels like, you know, someone up against Italy at the moment, where one side just can't deal with it. The Irish have the line out, they've won it though. And Conrad has said, yes, we have won the license back after the old directors decided to close the radio station, so we had to get a bid together and convince the independent panel that the Can FM volunteers are the right group to take it forward. So that's fantastic. Of course, Can FM won't be at the Glyndŵr University campus anymore, I'd imagine, so it'll move somewhere else in Wrexham, but it's fantastic to see Can FM back up and running. Of course, Let's Talk Sport, as I mean, Can FM made a big involvement with Let's Talk Sport. We used to do our radio shows there, which Conrad was a part of while he was doing his rugby league shows. Two minutes to go. London Irish have the possession. Can they squeeze in a try before half time? No, they don't. Kick the ball down the flank there, Jackson, but referee's just paused it. Can't imagine how hard that work was as well, Conrad, to get that license back. Line out for the Irish. 50 seconds to go. Last chance before half time for London Irish just to get themselves some real points on the board. And instead of that, the Sharks have the possession. I think Davies has just made the kick. Davies looked like a porn star, like an 80s porn star, with the terrible moustache and the hair. Well, we've reached the 40. Line out made. Sharks having the possession and they're hungry for more. Oh, and I think they might just get one last try, surely. Oh, good late challenge there from London Irish's number 12. Oh, that's a good throw on the right flank. Oh, instead they've gone up against a few number of the Irish's defence. Just don't think London Irish's defence is strong enough. And it is a try for the Sharks. I must have missed that. And that's their 4th try. I think, I mean, it's a bonus point as well for Sale Sharks. Well, we picked a very one-sided game compared to what we watched yesterday between France and Wales. Well, they're checking if de Klerk had made a forward pass in build-up to that try. I did see that pass when it was originally happening, and it did feel a bit like it was a forward pass. Oh, it is. It's no doubt. Surely, I don't know how the referee's not even seen that. It was right in front of him. I don't think they'll give that. Will they give it? It is half-time either way. Yeah, they haven't given it, so it's 19-3. So that's another try disallowed for Sale Sharks, and it has ended at half-time at 19-3 to Sale Sharks, which I mean, it's a splendid first half display from them. They've been hungry, and they've had, that's what, 3 tries disallowed, and they've scored 3 tries. So, of course, it says 4 tries under the scoreboard at the moment. That's because I haven't changed it back since the last one was just disallowed. But yeah, that's not looking good for the London Irish at all there. So if you've just tuned in, you're a London Irish fan, I'd probably not. I probably wouldn't watch the second half because they have looked terrible so far, to be honest with you. So half time it is. So yes, Sale Sharks 19, London Irish 3. Let's check the. Oh, hang on. There we go. Sorry, the scoreboard and everything's always difficult to deal with. So yes, let's find out the scores going on in the Gallagher Premiership this afternoon. once I get it up. There we go. Oh. So, as you can see, 19-3 at the moment for Sale Sharks against the London Irish. Let's have a look at the stats. So here we go then. The meters gained 244 to 26 for Sale Sharks. The carries 44 to 14 to Sale Sharks. 68 passes, a lot more than what London Irish have done, which is 32. Tackles made 32, but as you'd expect with London Irish trailing and being on the back line most of the time, they've made 71 tackles and missed tackles 10 so far for London Irish. But look at that for Sale Sharks, under missed tackles 0. The defence will like to see that at half time if it really matters to them. Clean breaks been 3-0 to Sale Sharks. Turnovers, it's at 7-all. And look at the penalties conceded. London Irish have already conceded 8 halfway through this game and 3 for Sale Sharks. And the tries, of course, there's been 4 tries, but I don't think there has, because... Oh, no, I think they need to change that because they've had 3 tries. Yeah, they've had 3 tries. Yeah, they haven't got 4 tries. I think they've forgotten to change that. London Irish have got 0 so far. So conversions 2-0 as well for Sale Sharks, and of course 1 penalty for London Irish that they scored. Sale Sharks could have been way more ahead if those tries were given. Of course, the rules would have said that they shouldn't be given, but at the moment it really has just been all Sale Sharks. A very well one-sided affair at the moment. So let's look at the summary on the timeline. You can see it on the right hand side. So Sale Sharks conversions, actually it's from the bottom. So straight away the first try of the game coming in the 5th minute from Simon Hammersley, followed by Dupreece getting the first conversion, and then Paddy Jackson getting a penalty on the 11th minute, and then a missed penalty for Robert Dupreece on the 25th minute, followed by a try in the 30th for Lou De Hager, and then a missed conversion yet again for Robert Dupreece. So it's not really been his day in terms of his kicks, and Byron Mcgugan getting a try 6 minutes before half time, which was actually probably helped him recover from the try that he wasn't given early on in the game. And then of course the last action really was the conversion from Dupreece on the 35th minute. So let's check the other scores going on in the Gallagher Premiership today. Just try and load it up. So earlier today, Northampton Saints losing to the Bristol Bears. That is a tight game, that one. Very tight game. Look at that, 7-14 at Franklin's Garden. Very, very big result for them. Actually, no, sorry, it's still going on. It's still live. What am I saying? I forgot that they were live today. Of course, these are the other games that happened over the weekend. On Friday night, Newcastle Falcons lost at home to the Wasps at 2018. Bath Rugby winning 47-22 against the Worcester Warriors. 59-24 for the Harlequins against Gloucester Rugby. And Exeter Chiefs winning 47-31 against the Leicester Tigers. Of course, these are the fixtures in round 15 for next week. Starts on Friday night between Gloucester Rugby and Exeter Chiefs at 5:30, and then of course all the games happening throughout the weekend. You can see the fixtures right there for round 15. And that is the latest in the Gallagher Premiership so far. So I thought we've got to show you what was an incredible end to the game last night. The last couple of minutes of France versus Wales that we showed on YouTube last night on our watch along, and you could see my reaction. It was absolutely crazy. I couldn't believe what I had just seen from that game. It was absolutely fantastic. I hadn't seen an ending like that before. But yes, I'm going to show you that. So we're going to have a quick break here at half time before we get back and ready for the second half. But here is the moment that France got that winning try versus Wales. Enjoy. But now with 20 seconds left on the clock, but I don't think they're going to have the time. It is going to be a line out, and they're still quite... They're at least 20 yards away from the try. I can't see them getting anywhere close. So we've reached the 80. The red is up on the time. There couldn't be, could there? Oh, France still going. 18 seconds into the 80th minute. I think basically once they lose the ball, that's it. Wales should win. France they really have given it their all, but they just haven't done enough. Catherine Harris saying, come on Wales. France still have the ball, it's not over yet. They couldn't, could they? Oh, they've still got it. Oh, tackle. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Phase 7. It really is. Last ditch effort. Oh, it's done. What a pass. Surely not. It's on the right flank. No, they're going forward. France are getting a few. They're literally near the try line. 81 minutes. And they've somehow had the ball for this long. Surely not. This is incredible from France if they can get out of this and win the game. And it's gone down to the left flank. It's it! They've done it, surely! France have got the try! What a try for France! Absolutely incredible! How to stop Wales from winning a Grand Slam! I've never seen this before, ever! 32-30! Oh my God! Wow! Oh, take a bow. I'm standing up. Oh, that was absolutely amazing. Oh, Wales. They've lost it in 82 minutes. You know what? That wraps up one of the greatest games in rugby I have ever seen. Alan Wynne-Jones can't look. He's literally just looking in the distance. Ow. Some of them can't even stand up after that. That is absolutely incredible. What a try. And I said before, it took them 10 minutes to get that third try. I've got to change the scoreboard. What have I just seen? France, they're not going to... What the fuck? Scotland-France on Friday is going to be really exciting now. France could still win it. Oh my God. And they've still got the conversion to take. And there we go. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go in or not. It's over. All it takes is a kick. What a game of rugby. Wow. And we are back for the second half. So 19-3. Of course, do get in touch on the live chat page. We've got ourselves a penalty here for London Irish. Second penalty of the day for the Irish, and I don't think they've got that one. Oh no, they have. From the signals of the referee, I didn't think they got it there. So 19-6. Oh, thank you very much. So 19-6. Substitution made there for the Sharks. I think for them they'll just want to get one or two more tries and just get this, put the game to bed. London Irish need a, excuse my language, but they need to kick up the arse after that second half performance. Nowhere to be seen. The only moment they had was the penalty scored by Jackson. Line out taken. Substitution made there for the Sharks. And there is a sin bin for the Sharks. For 10 minutes to start, it's on 9 minutes. And it's Neild who's come off for Harper. That's the Sharks replacement made. And we're just getting ready for a scrum. Big kick there by Dupreece. Oh, hit the flag. He didn't get the bounce. So instead it's a London Irish line-out. Oh, and they've lost it. Sharks have the ball back. So now with de Klerk, 5 minutes into the second half. Now I've just checked and West Ham are beating Arsenal 3-1. Meanwhile, London Irish have got themselves a line out. Lingard has done it again at West Ham. He got a goal in the first half and got an assist as well. Lingard loves playing Arsenal. Anyway, here's the line out. London Irish do have the ball. Oh, that's a good throw. Plenty of space on the flank if they can get there. That was a bit of an urgent throw, but that could work out. No. Down on the ground. Meanwhile, it's Northampton 13, Bristol 14. I think we're watching the wrong game here. And here come London Irish. Oh, kick forward. Ah, no good. Sale Sharks have intercepted. It was worth a go, but they weren't able to get to the end of it. Oh, here comes Sale Sharks now. And it's number 11 who'll get the try in between the sticks. And there's no doubt in my mind with that one. It just sums up their day, Sale Sharks. They're hungry for tries today. 24-6. And I think this game has already been wrapped up for me. And it was an error from London Irish. They tried to make the pass across to one of their players, and number 11, which is Reed for Sale Sharks, intercepted, and it was a simple run to the try zone. Oh, simple error. Simple error. That's Sale Sharks' 4th try of the day. And of course the conversion good for Dupreece, who, as I say, looks like a porn star from the 80s. I hope someone's told him that, otherwise I will. But he might just deck me, so that probably a good idea that I don't. "30 minutes to go. London Irish make the kick, it's gone out." Not the best of kicks for Jackson. We've got a scrum here. Sale Sharks' possession. London Irish have had to make the kick there. So Sale Sharks have that bonus point since they've had 4 tries. And there's been a few replacements for London Irish. They've made 3 replacements. Line out taken for the Irish, and they win it. There couldn't be a late surge from the London Irish. Maybe not, because they've just lost the ball again. They've been very poor today. Sale Sharks haven't really given them any room for error, to be honest. Oh, it's 3-2 now between West Ham and Arsenal, and Craig Dawes. Oh dear, West Ham have given Arsenal 2 goals, 2 own goals. Souček in the first half on the 38th minute, and Craig Dawson on the 61st minute. Which, in Craig Dawson's last game, which was last weekend against Man United at Old Trafford, West Ham lost because they conceded an away goal. Not an away goal, an own goal. Still used to the Champions League and Europa League games I did in midweek. London Irish have got the ball back after a kick ball forward from Sale Sharks was no good. Do get in touch in the live chat page. Of course, this time next week at 4 o'clock we will be doing the Bahrain Grand Prix for the opening race of the 2021 Formula One calendar. Looking forward to it. Looks as though the Sharks are going to make a few changes. Yep, they've made 3 changes. Clerk's gone off, he's done for the day, he's been replaced by Cliff. That was a weird line out from Sale Sharks, it hardly went in the air. And because of that, it's been intercepted by the Irish. Now what are they checking here for the London Irish? They've had to make a kick. Oh, it looked like a good one. And now Beaumont has been replaced by Phillips. That's for Sale Sharks. I must admit this match is nowhere near like what we saw last night between France and Wales. I don't think we were ever expecting it to be. But hey, just as I say that, I think the London Irish have got a try. And the referee has done the TMO signal, so he's going to check. I don't think there's much wrong with that. But I say that for nearly every try I watch, so what do I know? Actually, I think it's going to be a scrum. Yeah, he dropped the ball. Oh, he didn't get the try. It's nowhere near. Nowhere near. It was Ollie Hoskins who tried to get the try for London Irish, their first one of the day. Which, if they had got it and the conversion, they would have reduced the gap to 13 points, which just shows they've got a lot to do, London Irish, if they have any chance of turning this around. It's going to be a scrum. Sale Sharks have won it. That's good work there for Sharks. Just to try and stop the threat of a London Irish comeback for a moment. So it's taken. Do join us this Friday night. We will be doing the live watch along of France versus Scotland, which will be a very, very interesting match, and I'm sure a lot of the Welsh fans will be watching, and the Welsh players and the coaching staff, and they'll be hoping that Scotland can get the win, or that they'll be hoping, at least if France do win, they'll be hoping it won't be by a 20-point gap, which is still a big... I think with the way Scotland have been playing in this Six Nations, they've caused a few surprises. You know, they beat England. If actually at this rate, they're going to finish above England in the Six Nations table, and I think they would love to have a crack at France. And if they, I mean, imagine if it was Scotland who'd won at the end, and after that emphatic win from France, which will go down in history, that one as being the win that had stopped Wales from winning a Grand Slam. But imagine if they did all that and then they didn't get the trophy at the end, and still Wales celebrate, which for Wales it wouldn't look so bad. As long as they get their hands on the trophy still, it's still a good championship. Can't beat a Grand Slam though. I think it just shows how hard it is to win the Six Nations as a Grand Slam. Winning it as at first is hard enough, but to do a Grand Slam against all your rivals, especially in the UK, it's difficult. But I just want to see Italy gone. They need to replace Italy. It's not good having a 16 that are useless. You may as well just call it the Five Nations, put it back to what it used to be. If you haven't already, subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. 60 minutes gone. Scoreline will tell you that it's going in one direction. It certainly is. Sale Sharks to get the points. They've already got a bonus point. London Irish have the possession for now. So yeah, bonus point just to confirm now on the scoreboard. I've meant to put that in before. Of course, France with that try yesterday was a bonus point, that last minute try. London Irish look like they're going to make some more replacements. 19 minutes left on the clock. Do get in touch on the live chat page. What are your thoughts on this game so far? Any other rugby matches going on? Hammersley has just gone off. He's the one who scored the first try of the match, and that was for the Sale Sharks. London Irish still haven't got a try today. So the latest score in the other match, it's Northampton Saints 21, Bristol Bears 14. A lot more tighter game than the one we were watching between the Sharks and the Irish. Sale Sharks have just had a line out and they've won it, and they've just gone through easily there. I mean, he's been taken down at the end, but my word, that looked easy to get past that line. Sale Sharks with the possession still. They've got the ball still. treatment being done for one of the London Irish players. He looks as though he's had a bit of a collision on his nose. I think his knees is bleeding. Sorry, yeah, his nose is bleeding. Ryan Laffin has got in touch and says, let's go Exeter Chiefs. They won their match yesterday. They beat Leicester Tigers 47-31. Of course, Exeter Chiefs had a fantastic season last year, winning it all pretty much. And it was a breath of fresh air to watch. I mean, I don't support Exeter Chiefs, but it was fantastic to see them do what they did. Clock's just been paused on 63-1. Alex Sanderson, the director of rugby for Sale Sharks, watching on in the stands. Ryan Laffin, I presume you were happy about the Chiefs winning yesterday? So London Irish with the scrum there, having to be careful on their own back line, but they've spread out and they've played the ball on the left hand side of their line. They've moved forward, they've done well. Oh, nice spring attack there. Irish trying to catch Sale Sharks off guard. Oh, and Sale Sharks have intercepted from a pass, and that's surely going to be a try again. That's the second time in this match that the London Irish have literally just given the ball away for Sale Sharks to run off with the ball and get a try. And that's Byron Mcgugan's 32nd try in 79 Premiership matches. That's his second try of this afternoon. And London Irish are just giving it away now. They're just not there at all. It looked promising just then, and then all of a sudden just a simple error with the pass across, and it was intercepted by Mcgugan, and Mcgugan had no one to worry about, and he scores another try. Sale Sharks 31, London Irish 6. So of course the bonus point already dealt with before. And Dupree's just about to take the conversion. He's had 3 kicks from 5 today. He'd like to make this 4 from 6. And he's made the kick. I don't think he's got that one. So it stays at 31-6. That's another failed kick for him today. De Klerk celebrating in the stands, delighted with that one, and Ross has just come off for Dugdale for the Sharks. Well, as I've said pretty much way early on in the first half, that this game was going in one direction, and it really is. London Irish players looking a little frustrated seeing some of the replays. Forgot to start the clock again before, apologies. It is difficult to stop and start that clock. I might have to start using the window capture instead for rugby matches. One less thing to worry about. Rona has just gone off for Joseph. That's for London Irish. That's another replacement. Not really sure if that's going to make much of a difference. I need to know what Robert Dupreez looks like without the moustache, because the moustache I would say is kind of cool, but as I say, it makes him look like a porn star. He's just about to come off though for McGuinty. And there's going to be a kick here for London Irish. And they've made the kick. And it's not a bad one even, that'll be a line out. 12 minutes to go. I think London Irish just want to get on the bus back down to London. Line out is complete for London Irish, and they've won that one. If you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate the support. We're currently at 485. We'd love to get to 500 subscribers. Later on tonight we've got Lyon versus PSG as our next watch along. That'll be with Seb True. He'll be watching the game tonight. That kicks off at 8 PM. Oh, nice pass. That's a try for London Irish. They've finally got one. It's taken them 70 minutes, but they've got their first try of the game. Too little, too late, you'd say, but at least they've got something to shout about in this game. So Jackson should score this. Yep, no problem. His face is a bit bloody from the incident he had before, but it's a great little back flick from number 20 to number 7 to make the try. It was a fantastic last pass for the try at the end. Good work there from the visitors. So 31-13. Just under 8 minutes. I haven't even eaten my lunch yet. Of course, Man United play Leicester in just a few minutes' time. And look at that, Arsenal, after being 3-0 down, have turned it around to 3-all with 4 minutes to go. Lacazette has got a goal, and it was on the 82nd minute. I've only just seen the scoreline now. But what a game that has proven to be. Pepe with the assist. So at least Arsenal got a goal, not another own goal. Imagine if they had a hat-trick of own goals from West Ham. I wonder if that's ever happened before in the Prem. So yeah, Leicester Man United is on shortly. That's, as a United fan, I do hope United win. It'd be good to be still in 2 cups. I could go through the lineups for you if you like in just a moment, but meanwhile let's just see what's going on here. The cameras are focused on Rogerson, who represents the London Irish, and it looks as though Sale Sharks have got a penalty here. And if they get this, it will be 34-13. Should get it from there. Yep, he does so. No problem at all. Sale Sharks completely on target today. And London Irish will make the kick again. Into the hands of Sale Sharks. It was a short kick. They tried to win the ball back. But there's just, I mean, you can always fight for pride, but there's just no way that they're going to do it today. Well, it's been a very one-sided game for Sale Sharks. It's the fans will be delighted, of course, but just a simple day for them, really. I was expecting it to be a bit closer. The table would tell you it was close, but the match has certainly not been. Sale Sharks have been more up for this today. Here they come again, Sharks. They want more. They've got 5 minutes left of the game to play. They've already got a bonus point as well, let's not forget. London Irish only have 1 try. Let's have a look at the lineups then of Leicester and Man United. So Leicester have got Kasper Schmeichel in goal. They've got 3 in defence of Soyuncu, Johnny Evans of Fofana. And then they've got 4 in front of their defensive 3 of Castigay, Tillemans, Ndidi and Albrighton. And then they've got the front 3 of Perez, Vardy and Iheanacho. So looking at the Leicester lineup, they're obviously going to go for it. And Vardy and Iheanacho up front together. I don't know if they've done that recently. I haven't seen Leicester play in a while, but normally they only play one or the other up front. Normally Vardy. So if that's going to be the case, United have got quite a difficult shift to come up for their defence. But then let's look at United's lineup. Dean Henderson in goal. Of course, he normally is in the FA Cup, but he's been playing consistently since De Gea's become a baby. Not become a baby, become a dad. How do you become a baby unless you're Benjamin Button? Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Tejas in defence. So no Luke Shaw, he's on the bench, I'd imagine. Fred and Matic in front of the back line of Lindelof, Maguire, Tejas and Wan-Bissaka. So that must mean McTominay's on the bench. He normally starts with Fred. Greenwood, Pogba and Van der Beek just behind Martial. So Fernandes is on the bench as well for United, which, to be honest, I think he does deserve a rest. He's been non-stop for United all season. And what a player he has been. for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but that looks like a very interesting game. Iheanacho and Vardy up front together. Well, there's been a sin bin for Sale Sharks, and I love it when they do sin bin when there's 10 minutes of that and the game's only got 5 minutes left. Always makes me laugh because it's just basically saying, yeah, you're not coming back on. So exactly 5 minutes to go. London Irish have just made a kick. They'll have a line out. And they've won the line out, no problem. Funny enough, it doesn't feel like this. I was having problems with the stream at the start of this watch along. The stream was really slow, but it's been superb throughout the game. So I'm not going to complain about that. Oh, and they've lost it again, London Irish. Oh no, the game's been stopped by the referee. Which I thought for a moment London Irish were going to make it 3 tries in a row for Sale Sharks because of their own mistakes. Can't deal with it. And it's Reid again who intercepted. Reid did that for the try that he scored before. He intercepted and then came out of nowhere from the blocks and scored. Oh, excuse me. TMO's being checked. So the clock has been paused at 76:17. Well, it's just finished full time at West Ham United. 3-3. What a comeback for Arsenal there after what was a shocking first half for them. West Ham, though, they'll be gutted because that's another slip-up in their bid to get Champions League football, and I'll say this now, I can't see them doing it. I said that after United beat them last weekend. But I say that, they're still just 2 points behind Chelsea. So there's 2 sin bins going on now with Sale Sharks. 4 minutes to go. London Irish no doubt have to regroup after this. Very poor performance today. Still going here, London Irish. Oh, that's a good throw on the left flank. Instead, the referee's paused. I think it was a forward pass. I always watch scrums and just think it's no good for anyone's back. Oh, he's got it. Oh, nearly. Oh, Sharks again. Going for one last try. Can they do it? They're not far from the target. Just over a minute to go. Nearly lost it. Less than a minute. Oh, they're going to get it. Yep, no problem. There's your try. It's another try for Sale Sharks, and I think it's Mcgugan again. And with that, it's 39-13. Exactly what Sale Sharks wanted today. Bonus point, a nice comfortable win at home. And Mcgugan with a hat-trick of tries today. Did he get it inside the zone in time? Yeah, he did, no problem. They're just checking that because he was near the end of the line of where the try zone was. He was getting a bit, some of the referees and the officials there probably thought he might have been a bit too cocky and he may have just placed it wrong with the ball, but no, he did it spot on. Well, we've reached 80, so are they going to take the conversion? I'd imagine they will. Yeah, I think the try will be given. Yep, so it's so of course the priest is off, so he's not taking the kick anymore. And it's there. So it'll end Sale Sharks 41, London Irish 13. We've reached full time then, and that is the result at the AJ Bell Stadium. Quite a simple win, quite a one-sided game, sadly, in this afternoon of the Gallagher Premiership between Sale Sharks and the London Irish. Hopefully we would see a much better game in the future, but in all fairness, I think when you compare it to last night, that's not very fair. So that is it. It has ended Sale Sharks 41, London Irish 13. And I think that's pretty much going to come to the end of our watch along. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try and get out of here now because United and Leicester are about to start in the FA Cup, and I'm looking forward to watching that. So come on, United. Thanks to everyone who watched the stream. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And coming up next on our channel is this evening in League One between Lyon and PSG with Seb True. He'll be watching the game for us, and the game kicks off at 8 o'clock UK time. So thank you for watching.